Have you ever wondered what would happen if the sun disappeared? Quite a mind-boggling thought, isn't it? The sun, our cosmic torch in the vast darkness of space, plays a pivotal role in the grand cosmic ballet. It's the gravitational anchor of our solar system, around which planets, including our Earth, revolve. The sun's radiant energy breathes life into our world, warming our seas, causing winds to blow and weather to form. It governs our days and nights, our seasons, and even our body clocks. Imagine a world without the sun's light, warmth, and energy. It's a chilling thought, no pun intended. From the smallest blade of grass to the tallest tree, from the tiniest microorganism to the largest whale, all life on Earth is intricately connected to and dependent on the sun. Now let's indulge our imaginations and venture into a hypothetical scenario. But what if one day the sun just vanished? In the immediate aftermath of the sun's disappearance, the Earth would be plunged into darkness. Imagine, if you will, one moment you're bathing in the sun's warm rays, and the very next you're enveloped in an inky abyss. This wouldn't be your typical nightfall. This would be a shroud of perpetual darkness, a curtain of blackness that would never lift. But the sudden lack of sunlight would do far more than just rob us of our daylight. Life on Earth is fundamentally tied to the sun. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy, would come to an abrupt halt. This means no more growth for our green friends. The cascading effects on the food chain would be profound and immediate. From the smallest microorganism to the largest beast, all life would feel the sting of this sudden starvation. And let's not forget about the temperature. The Earth is like a giant thermal store, soaking up the sun's heat during the day and slowly releasing it at night. But without the sun, there's no new heat to soak up. Temperatures would begin to drop, and drop fast. Within a week, the average global surface temperature would tumble to around 0 degrees Fahrenheit, turning our blue planet into a frozen wasteland. The oceans too would start to feel the chill. The surface waters would freeze over, creating an icy shell. However, beneath this frozen surface, life could continue for some time, thanks to the heat from the Earth's core. But this would be a temporary reprieve. Over time, the cold would penetrate deeper, freezing our oceans solid from the surface down. In the void of space, without the sun's gravitational pull, Earth would also start to drift, like a ship lost at sea. Our predictable, year-long orbit would turn into a path of uncertainty, adding more chaos to an already cataclysmic event. So, within a matter of days, the sun's disappearance would plunge our world into an eternal night, halt the growth of all plant life, freeze our planet solid, and set us adrift in the cosmos. The world as we know it would rapidly change. As hours turn into days, the consequences of a sunless world would become even more severe. Without the sun's warmth, our planet would quickly plunge into a deep freeze. In a matter of a week, the surface temperature of the Earth would drop down to -100 degrees Fahrenheit. The top layers of the world's oceans would freeze over, but in deeper waters, life could continue as heat from the planet's core would prevent a complete freeze. However, this existence would be short-lived. The absence of the sun would halt the water cycle. No evaporation would occur, and therefore no cloud formation. This means no rain, no snow, no storms. The world would be incredibly dry, and fresh water sources would rapidly deplete. Without water, plants would not be able to survive, and the green landscapes we know would turn barren and lifeless. Now, let's talk about life. Many species, especially those that rely on photosynthesis, would face extinction in a matter of days. The food chain would break down from the bottom up. Herbivores would have no plants to eat, and carnivores would lose their prey. The extinction would ripple through the ecosystems, leading to a massive loss of biodiversity. Humans, with our technology and ingenuity, might be able to survive a little longer. We could potentially create artificial environments and grow food hydroponically. However, the lack of sunlight would make it difficult to generate renewable energy, and our existing resources would eventually run out. In this sunless world, we would also face psychological challenges. The perpetual darkness would likely lead to widespread sleep disorders and depression. Our sense of time would be distorted without the daily sunrise and sunset. We would essentially be living in a world in constant twilight, a never-ending night. In the end, the Earth without the sun would be a cold, dark, and inhospitable place. The short-term consequences alone are devastating. A deep freeze, halted water cycle, potential extinction of many species. Even with our best efforts to adapt, life would become increasingly difficult, if not impossible. In the long term, the absence of the sun would cause even more drastic changes. Imagine our Earth, our home, without the warmth and light of the sun. The repercussions over time would be significant, and they would even challenge the very existence of life as we know it. In the grand scheme of the universe, the sun is not just a source of light and heat. It is also a gravitational anchor that keeps our Earth and other planets in their respective orbits. Without the sun's gravitational pull, the Earth would likely be flung out of its usual orbit. Much like a spinning top that's lost its balance, our planet would start wandering aimlessly across the cosmos, following a path dictated by the gravitational influences of other celestial bodies. But the loss of our sun would not just set our planet adrift, it would also mark the end of life as we know it. Without the sun's heat and light, photosynthesis, the process that sustains most life on Earth, would cease. Plants would perish, and the domino effect would lead to the collapse of the entire food chain. From the smallest microorganisms to the largest mammals, all life would gradually fade away, leaving behind a barren, silent world. The Earth's core, which is kept molten by the heat generated from radioactive decay, would also begin to cool down over time. The cooling and solidifying of the Earth's core would have far-reaching implications. For instance, the Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful cosmic radiation, is generated by the movement of molten iron within the core. As the core solidifies, this magnetic field would weaken and eventually disappear. The ultimate fate of our planet, it would become a lifeless, frozen rock, drifting through the vast emptiness of space. A chilling reminder of the vital role the sun plays in our existence and a testament to the delicate balance that sustains life in the universe. Our planet would become a lifeless, frozen rock, drifting through the vast emptiness of space. As you can see, the sun plays a critical role in sustaining life on Earth. From warming our planet, driving the water cycle, to being the powerhouse for photosynthesis, the sun is instrumental in almost all aspects of life as we know it. To recap, the sun's energy drives the water cycle, a continuous process that's crucial for life on Earth. The heat from the sun causes water in oceans, lakes, and rivers to evaporate. This water vapor rises, cools, and condenses to form clouds, and eventually it falls back to Earth as precipitation. Without the sun, this cycle would halt, leaving us without a fresh supply of water, the elixir of life. Furthermore, the sun is the key player in photosynthesis, the process by which plants, algae, and some bacteria transform light energy, usually from the sun, into chemical energy. This process not only provides the oxygen we breathe, but it's also the primary source of food for virtually all life forms on Earth. Without the sun, photosynthesis stops, the oxygen supply dwindles, and our food chains collapse. Then there's the sun's role in maintaining the Earth's climate. The sun's energy warms our world, creating a livable environment. It's the difference between our lush, diverse ecosystems and the frigid, barren landscapes of planets farther from the sun. Without the sun's warmth, Earth would quickly become a frozen, lifeless rock. To put it all into perspective, the sun, this giant ball of hot, glowing gas, is the heart of our solar system. It's the engine that powers life, the artist that paints our skies with vibrant sunrises and sunsets, and the timekeeper that marks our days and seasons. Without the sun, life as we know it would cease to exist. So next time you see the sun rise, take a moment to appreciate just how important it is.